Okay, I'm just going to show you some of the tropical garden. I have a large vegetable garden here and surrounded by fruit trees, but just one of the beds is dedicated to tropicals. A little bit bigger this year than it was last year. I'll just take a look. It's August 1st today, so it's kind of the peak of summer, though these things will get bigger and more full through August. So I'll just show you here what I've got going on. It's a bigger pond than last year. So it's just actually a livestock watering trough that I've sunken into the ground here. It's 50 gallons, and yeah, I've got some rocks in there and water hyacinths and water lettuce. I grabbed a cattail from the local creek and it's done well. We grabbed a tadpole from the creek here that's turned into a green frog and metamorphized here in our pond, and we feed him daily now. We grabbed some crickets from the garden and he eats them. And then this little guy showed up as well. He's moved into the pond here, and he's happy as well. So they're quite entertaining to watch every day. They sit out in the rock and wait for their crickets. So I've got my red banana here. Bought that last year and overwintered it, so it's second year. Some pineapple lilies over here. South Pacific scarlet cannas, these short little ones. I've got them in the front. I really do like those. They flower very early. They've been flowering for a month already. And got another one over here. These are grown from seed, and they grow really quick, and they flower quickly and stay short. Plumeria here. It's quite old. I've actually got quite a bit taller, and I cut 3 other stems off it, and they've all grown as well as cuttings. But that's the original one there, just sunken in a pot there, and it's kind of stayed there. Not very interesting, but here's a palm seed that we collected from Florida on a family vacation, and it grew, and it's probably about 3 inches tall now. So still in the pot, and I can take that in for the winters, and it may or may not survive. Some lemongrass. I put that in every year. I really like that. We don't use it a lot, but you can use it for cooking, Thai cooking. Some more pineapple lilies. Another South Pacific scarlet. This one I grew from root tubers that I overwintered. Maybe it's just bad luck, but this one hasn't really caught up to the ones that were grown from seed yet. You'd think that one would have a better advantage since it has a large rhizome already, but it didn't. My Incente banana. This one's 2 years old. And the other one, this one's 4 or 5 years old. But it didn't grow very well. It's kind of got gnarly leaves. It's catching up now, but I don't know, it didn't overwinter very well. My colocaceas, this is the Mojito, second year. The common green colocaceas, I've had these for many years now and just overwinter them easily. And actually I have to throw a lot of the roots out because it just multiplies too quickly. A new one for me this year is the Blue Hawaii. Really like that one. It's got a nice pattern to it. And this is a new canna for me this year. It's called a Bird of Paradise. It's quite tall. It's got a bluish purple leaf, and it's long and skinny in contrast to the other cannas that I have. Really like that one. I haven't seen it flower yet, but it's nice and tall and it's got long lines. Petoria here. Stays fairly short for me. Come around the side here. Purple Majesty millet. It's almost getting lost in the rest of the vegetation there, but it's been quite ornamental for a while now. Well, I bought some caladiums on sale. I didn't think they grew, but they finally come up here, and they're still very small and getting quite shaded now, but next year I'll probably put them in front where they can get some more sunlight. This is a South Pacific scarlet seed that I saved from last year, so it's hybridized with something else because it's huge. It's got a much smaller flower than the original South Pacific scarlet, so I think it probably hybridized with my Robert Kemp here. This kind of a common red one, which grows very well. It has a very small flower, but it's very easy. It's almost no maintenance at all, whereas this one, the hybrid one I'm going to call it, has a more orange and slightly larger flower to it. And again, a much larger plant than the South Pacific scarlet. It's twice the height. My baju, Masu baju. So first year, I'm going to try to overwinter it here. Peterborough, Canada, about an hour north of Toronto. So yeah, I'll cut that back to a stump, wrap it in straw, put a garbage can over it, and see if we can't overwinter this one in place. Again, that's the Robert Kemp canna. This is the black tie banana I grew from seed. They say it's very fast growing, and it is quite tall. It's not getting a whole lot of light there, but it looks pretty good. This is a canna called Wolf. Has these patches with a lime green leaf and darker patches in there as well. Staying fairly short there, so I'm not sure if it's reaching its potential. And just one of the common rouge, this canna is called. Typical one I've seen around quite a bit. Got a eucalyptus in there. I think it's called Silver Dollar. The leading edge got broken off of it, but it's still doing well. And just one other tropical that I have here outside of this bed is my fig tree. So I overwintered this inside. I dug a trench behind it, buried it, and we had a pretty mild winter with one really cold weekend down to -30 Celsius. But yeah, buried under the in the trench there, and a little bit of straw on top and a tarp over all that. The fig did just fine. It's set lots and lots of figs on here now. This is Chicago hardy fig. Anyways, that's a look at the tropical bed for this year, and I hope you enjoyed.